In the world of watch affordability, who says you need to spend an arm and a leg to get a good looking watch? I've got here a Mondia Madison. It's Italian, it's sexy, it's not expensive. Let's check it out. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see here, I've got the Mondia. For those who don't know, Mondia is a brand that began in Switzerland in 1935. So, you know, over the years, they've had their relentless pursuit of precision and attention to detail. And this watch is no different. Now, where I got this watch, I basically popped into Lifestyleshop. I went to see a friend of mine, David, just to say hello, have a coffee, and he had this on the shelf, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, I've got to grab it. It's beautiful. It wasn't expensive. It's 299 Australian dollars, and look, it looks great. It's a great size, you know, screw down crown, all the rest. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Before I do, David has actually given me a discount code for all of you. If you put that discount code in on his website, if you want to grab this watch, you get 10% off. I get nothing for it. I don't get any kickback or anything from that code. It's just a thank you from basically from him to you. So, but let's get stuck into this, guys. Let's get stuck into this little beauty. So as you can see, it's a beautiful looking watch. It's superb in its high polish case, the Jubilee style bracelet, really comfortable. But the things that got me on this particular watch was its overall aesthetics, its look, its size, what I can use it for, being a sporty sort of a size and a look, you know, with a screw down crown. As you can see, we've got a quartz movement in this watch, so it's extremely robust, very reliable. It's a Miyota 2315 quartz movement. The watch itself, let's get into its dimensions. It's basically a 40mm case diameter with a lug-to-lug distance of, I measure it at about 46.5. The height of the watch comes in at 12mm all the way to the top of that dome crystal, as you can see, and the lug width is 20mm. So it's a beautifully sized and spec'd watch. I'm going to put it on the wrist. I'm going to show you guys how usable a watch like this can be. Okay, there you go. So guys, the things that I love about this watch, its overall look, its overall appeal, the way this thing fits, the finish, it's stunning. It really is. It looks great. You know, that a watch like this has cut a few corners, I can see, but I tell you what, it feels rock solid. It feels rock solid. You know, the footprint, the way it sits on the wrist, I can use this as a daily. It's quite blingy, which is, I don't mind it in something like this, because putting a leather strap or putting, you know, mucking around with different types of straps on a watch like this, you can get a really good look. You know, whether it's sporty, more casual during the day, you know, something a little bit more blingy with its bracelet, but the comfort factor is superb. The comfort factor is wonderful. So let's take it off the wrist and let's get a closer look at this watch. Okay, so the watch features a 90-click unidirectional bezel. I'm used to 60 and 120, and this particular one is a 90, and I tell you what, really great action. So have a listen to this. That's beautiful. Super crisp, nice. The slightest of back play, but accuracy wise, perfect. Locks in, spot on. So a really nice bezel action. I love the yellow and blue accents on this watch. The overall look, the appeal is what I loved. So it does feature a screw down crown, as you can see here. So we'll just unwind that, pops out. Two clicks, and as you can see, we've hacked the movement, so we can adjust the time to wherever we want. There you go, for argument's sake. The date function as well is at the 3 o'clock, so we can one click and adjust that downwards. There you go. Now the screwing in action, as you can see, nice and beautiful as well. So a very well built watch, a very well built watch. I mean, what I've got in the hand here, guys, okay, you can see it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, so that could present an issue for certain people, but what I've got in the hand is a really well built watch. It's really solid. You know, the thing comes in at 90 grams, sized up to my 7-inch wrist, and 90 grams doesn't sound like a great deal. It's not, but it feels solid on the wrist, and as I saw it, I picked it up. It's not a plastic watch, it's a really well built watch, and I loved it. But A lot of watches do have shortfalls. You know, how can you get a watch like this for $299 less my discount that David's given us? Well, basically there are some shortcuts that they have taken in a watch like this. Some might call them shortcuts, others don't, but I'll give you the rundown of what I see. The crystal itself is a mineral glass. It's beautiful. It's got a fantastic shape on it, but it's not a sapphire. So they've cut a few dollars off by giving you a mineral glass on a watch like this. So that can present a little bit of a problem to certain people. For me personally, for the price, for the fact that I'm going to be using it as a beater, as a daily, as a really robust, you know, with its coarse movement, as a solid sports watch, I don't have an issue. So the crystal is one thing. Number two, the bracelet. If you have a look at the back there, the bracelet has doesn't feature solid end links. Now, is it a deal breaker? I shared a video a few days ago regarding the 10 things to look for on watches, and one of them was the bracelet, having a decent bracelet with you know, micro adjust on the fly, and this doesn't have both. The bracelet itself is super comfortable, solid links and all the rest, but although it doesn't have an adjustment on the fly, you know, a glide system where you can adjust it as your wrist expands during the day, it does feature quite a few micro adjustments, which is great. So, and the finish of it is beautiful. Again, a fingerprint magnet, I'm going to have to continue to clean this, but the finish and the comfort factor is exceptional. So because of its small footprint at 40mm, I loved it. But the color, great. The watch has a decent lume on it, so I'll give you guys a lume shot. Have a look. As you can see, you know where you are. It's nothing spectacular, but it's not designed to be a diver. It's not designed to be a lume monster. It's a general everyday watch that you can wear on different occasions. It could be a desk diver, it could be a casual going out to a cafe sort of a watch, but the look of the watch is lovely. The look of the watch is lovely. In fact, I took this out of the case and I showed my wife and I said, look, what do you think of this? She goes, oh, I love that. I love that. So it's got that bling factor, guys. The case shape is very reminiscent of a Rolex. As you can see, it's very smooth, beautifully polished, fantastic finishing on it, and it wears exceptional. It wears exceptional. So, you know, I've got to give it to the Italians when it comes down to craftsmanship and a bit of creativity. You know, for me, Italian design, it's a no-brainer. This is an excellent piece between price and quality. So the thing that I get out of a watch like this, the overall word that I get is fun. It's a fun watch. It's a watch that you can enjoy, muck around with, not really care too much, only because it doesn't cost too much, but it does look great. It doesn't look like a cheap watch. It actually feels like a more expensive watch than it is. So that was one of the things that sort of drew me to this, and I really wanted to share this with you guys, because sometimes we spend a little bit too much money on watches. Sometimes we get cheaper watches, but we might spend $200 or $300 and we get rubbish. And to me, this actually isn't rubbish. It's quite a nice offering, and that's where my excitement comes from, you know. So I had to grab one for myself as well. It is a pleasure on the wrist, guys. It is a pleasurable experience on the wrist, and different types of straps will give you different types of looks. That's exactly what I wanted, something that's a little bit more versatile. I believe that David's got a couple of different colorways on his website. Check it out. There was a red and a white dial with a red and black. That's quite interesting as well, a little bit fun. But for me, this yellow and blue, it just straight away caught my attention. It really did, guys. It really did. So I wanted to share it on the channel. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll leave some images. I'll leave some video at the end of this thing. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think of the watch. An affordable beater, an affordable daily, an affordable desk diver, guys. A little bit of bling, but a little bit of versatility as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.